How do you know if your WordPress website is infected? Well, in this video, I'm going to talk a little bit about a cleanup that I just did this week for a client who transferred a website over to our company, and I found an infection in there. And this is how I found it. Normally, you'll be like checking a website out, it might go down, or there's different things that are going to be like a clear sign that there's an infection. But this one I found was super sneaky. So they were hiding it in the pages, and there's usually like an editor on the pages that is there, like some type of Elementor or some type of editor that overrides the typical WordPress editor. And how I found it was that the default editor was switched off of Elementor, so it was back in the default editor. And I said, oh, that's kind of weird. And I was checking, it was on the visual editors, and in the visual editor, you didn't see it. It looked all normal. So I was switched over to the code editor to take a peek, and to my surprise, there was some code at the very bottom of the text block that was saying to push. It was basically a piece of CSS, which is basically like code that makes formatting happen, that was telling it to push all these links off the screen by a negative 5,000 pixels. So it would basically be way off the screen, and there was a bunch of backlinks in there for like all these crazy like Russian sites and all these different things. There was a list of about 15 different websites that were in there. They were all hidden off to the side of the page by a negative 5,000 pixels off the screen. So that's quite a ways off the screen. So if the main viewing is usually like 1,200 pixels wide or so, depending on the size of the screen. So if you can imagine, 5,000 off is way off to the side. So anyways, I went and deleted that and went and checked all the other pages, and almost every single page and every single post on this website had the same infection down inside of it. So I want to make this video because this is something that you may come across. Hopefully you don't, but running WordPress, you just never know what you're going to see. There's sometimes when you search for your business on Google, you may see a bunch of indexes, and sometimes they're written in foreign languages. And that's a good sign that you have an infection as well. Now, obviously, if things just go down and your website's not coming up, that's probably an infection as well. Or if your antivirus software goes off when you go to the website, that's a good indication you have an infection. But this one was particularly tricky because there was no other signs. It was very well hidden. And these people who hack your website that are trying to get these links on there, their whole goal is to basically, they sell these links, so that's how they make money off of doing it. But they don't want the links to get detected, because if they get detected, they get deleted. Like I just deleted all those links off there. And they had, I don't know, maybe 20 or 30 pages worth of backlinks that they were doing. So if you can imagine, if they're selling them at a rate of who knows how much they sell them for, let's say $5 each per page or whatever, that's quite a bit of revenue that they've gotten off of that hack. And so that's what incentivizes these people to hack. So, that's something you might want to look into. Try to check the default editor and look at the text blocks on your website if you suspect anything. In this case, I just found it randomly. I wasn't really suspecting anything, but that's why it's always good to have your website checked out from time to time if you're running WordPress. I would love to help you out with that. I'm a web developer. With my company is SkyPoint Studios. We specialize in helping cleaning up websites that have been hacked and getting them back online again. So if you're facing any of those types of issues, or you just want your website to be checked out to make sure everything is good, you can definitely reach out to me, comment down below. I'd love to help you out. Thank you so much for watching my video as always, and I'm gonna catch you on the next one.